Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. How y'all feeling tonight, man? We good? I hope we have sound tonight. I didn't check it. I went by confidence tonight. I hope I'm right, because I don't know. Good, that's what's up. Thank you. I sure wouldn't want it to be no other way. So, tonight, we talking about your feelings got hurt bad, but you was wrong. See, some people cry and complain because they are real sensitive. But that sensitivity don't make them do the right thing or the right things. But as long as you don't know what happened, they will sell you on a victim story. But the day will come when you'll find out how they really are. You feel me? I hope so. So that's what we're getting into tonight. I know a lot of people that do this. I imagine we'll get into all that. Yeah. Sit back, relax, and chill, y'all. This is gonna be a goodie. Yeah. Daily Go Getimism show, y'all. Please hit the like button. I'd appreciate that as we come on through. Y'all in the background too. I don't see y'all, but I hear you. What should I say? I feel you. Your feelings hurt bad, but you dead wrong. So, you know, people with the victim mentality never like to admit their part in whatever happened. They have you thinking that somebody is the devil when the devil might be the one telling the story. T. Carey Wright. Morning, noon, and night. What up? Marvina. What's good? Good to see you. Wait a minute, is that Marvina? That ain't. I think I got that wrong. I see in a minute when my eyes can get a little closer. Oh, that's Robbie Rob. What up, Robbie Rob? Good to see you. Cheryl Halsey. Hope everybody's having a good day, good night. Healthy, wealthy, and wise, baby. Urban Therapy with Sun 752 with this your daily. It's the daily go get up mism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting, and everything is gonna be all right. We talking about you got your feelings hurt bad, but you was wrong tonight. What you know about somebody that's really, really feeling bad, got their feelings hurt, they mad sensitive, somebody then got at them, either cussed them out or left them alone, stopped messing with them, pushed them to the wayside, kicked them to the curb, and they feeling all kinds of ways about it, like they've been abandoned, like their mom took them to the mall and just drove away and never came back and got them. But the reality of the situation is that, yeah, they caused all of this. They caused somebody to retaliate against them or to make a move against them, and now here they are. You know, with their well all dry, when they didn't take care of business, when there was plenty of water in the well. Yeah, you don't miss the water till your well runs dry. What up, Shirley Cheryl, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world? Shirley Cheryl, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. What's going on, my good to see me. Some you no. What up? How y'all doing, man? Everybody good? Everybody good? Yeah, so that's what we're talking about tonight on this Pretty Petty Tuesday. On this Pretty Petty Tuesday, your feelings were hurt bad, but you was wrong. So listen, just because you get your feelings hurt, don't mean you didn't do nothing. Just because you feel like you the one left holding the bag, doesn't mean you didn't cause your own condition. It doesn't mean that you're in the right. just because you the one complaining all the time, just because you the one ringing an alarm all the time, just because you're the one always bringing something to somebody's attention doesn't mean that you didn't have nothing to do with it. That victim mentality, you got to watch out for certain people that have the victim mentality. You know what I mean? Always telling on somebody, always complaining, always, none of my baby dads ever did me right. Oh, my baby moms, all they want is money. They never cared. All they care about is money. They won't let me see my child. You ain't tried to see your child in 10 years. And your child is only 7. Nigga, stop lying. Stop lying. We've all seen it. I've seen it. You've seen it. We've seen it. They've seen it. Some people let this kind of shit go. You know who comes to my mind when we talk about this? Donald Trump. Trump always complaining about everything. Always talking about how somebody never liked him, don't like him, didn't vote for him, never supported him. No matter what he does in life, you would always pick out the things that he didn't do and all of his shortcomings. But what's the real deal? The real deal is that every problem that you complain about are the ones that you caused. And you feel like you should never have to answer for any of the problems that you caused. Well, other people see it differently. Other people see it differently. You only have to climb out of holes that you dug for yourself. Other than that, they would be the ones that you fell into. Now, what happens? What has to have happened if you fell into a hole and nobody will even help pull you up out of it? What do you think has to have happened? Well, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into all of that, man. Everybody good. Everybody good. All right, so let's get into it. It's the Daily Go Getimism Show. My name is Son752, a.k.a. Omar with the... And if you can't say Omar with the... Well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should as well. So we're talking about, what we talking about, what we talking about. We are talking about people who be complaining. I don't understand that. Somebody needs to explain exactly what's going on with these cats. You know, something crazy. When I catch them all kinds of lies and deception. I gotta do something, but it's no exceptions to the kind of rules that, I saw the fools and I had to do my thing. I grabbed the tools, but I wasn't trying to use it, trying to tighten them up. And I wasn't trying to fight and trying to do it. All right, anyway. So let's get into it, shall we? Y'all know, please hit the like button. That's all I'm going to ask you to do tonight. I'm not selling you nothing. I'm not trying to do, I ain't begging for nothing. You know what I mean? I'm not going to complain about how YouTube, they won't let me in the algorithm. We're going to be all right, y'all. We're going to be all right. So what I'm going to do, 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 yeah, what I'm going to do. I said, something that I got to do. You know what? What I'm going to do, I got something for you, but you know what I'm going to do, it's me, y'all on my crew and I. What you gonna do? Word, it's something for us. I said it. What I'm gonna do, y'all came here, thanks for coming through, but what we gonna do, it's something, special for you, but what I'm gonna do, I've been around the world looking for you, but what you gonna do, I played this music for you, but what I'm gonna do, everybody come around, a semicircle. What What we gonna do? Go to work every day, sometimes school. What you gonna do? Gotta raise the babies, let them know the time. What they gonna do? Take pride in my elders. What we gonna do? Make sure that my peoples are straight and they okay. What we gonna do? Make sure that the community knows the way. What we gonna do? Make sure that babies are protected. I said, what we gonna do? Make sure that my elders are respected. This work. What we gonna do? Don't stop until the clock is through. What we gonna do? This is just a little song for you. I said, what we gonna do? I don't care. Yo, got a slew. What we gonna do? I've been waiting for you, y'all too. What we gonna do? Everything is gonna be alright, I says. What we gonna do? New songs for y'all every day. What we gonna do? Yo, make sure that we warm up in here. What we gonna do? Make sure the skies are always clear. What we gonna do? Can you stand the rain? What we gonna do? Yeah. What we gonna do? Just smiling down on me from heaven. What we gonna do? Check. What we gonna do? You can't get to know better. What we gonna do? Till you make it through the night. What we gonna do? All right. All right. You ready? Are y'all ready? I had to get y'all warmed up. And in turn, I had to get warmed up. I wasn't warm. I'm warm now. We good. I'm warm now. Can't tell me nothing. You might be able to tell me something. You know what I mean? Tell me something good. Tell me something good. Yeah. Tell me that you love me. Yeah. All right, nice job. I'm warm. You warm? Good. That's what I'm talking about, Shirley Cheryl. That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah. Just because you got your feelings hurt don't mean that you was in the right. I mean, that's a hard lesson to get across to some people, especially, the people that's always doing dirt. It's a hard lesson to get across to people because they don't want to understand that. They don't want to understand it. They will fight tooth and nail to act like you don't know what you know. They might divert you into a whole different argument, a whole different discussion or whatever, because they really don't want to get into the accountability that they may have to face. Sometimes the hardest thing to face is the truth. It ain't always the judge that you got to face. It ain't always the sentencing guidelines that you have to face. It ain't always your mama or your daddy with the belt or the extension cord or the switch or the shoe or the slipper or the house, whatever. It ain't always that. Sometimes the hardest thing for you to face is the truth, especially when you're the type that lies a lot. Especially when you're the type that's a con man. Especially when you're the type that tries to act like you never did nothing wrong to nobody at any given time. So people play that victim mentality. And then if you don't know any better, they'll come around you acting like she left me. She left me. She took the kids and she just took off. I don't know where she is. I don't know how to get in touch with her. Her phone is off. It's going straight to voicemail. It's saying that the number is not in service. How can she take my kids? Well, but what they not going to tell you is that you've been whooping your wife or your woman's ass for years. And you've been acting crazy because you're on drugs or you got an alcohol problem or you need anger management classes or something like that. You ain't right. You ain't right. You 730, baby. you 6 o'clock is straight. You know 7:30 is like this. Also, it means when you get committed, when you have an involuntary committal, mental institution committal in New York, it's 7:30. Also, 7:30, that's 7.5. And you know the brain weighs 7.5 ounces. So in the 5% nation, when we say that somebody is 7.5, like 7:30 means that, you know, actually that means that you're God. 7.5, you know, that's God. Okay, anyway, we're not gonna do the lessons today because y'all might not understand. And that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. All right, so that's what we're talking about tonight. You got your feelings hurt bad, but you was wrong. Just because your feelings are hurt, just because you're crying, just because you're faking a heart attack, just because you are sprawled out on the floor, just because you find it hard to breathe, because you know what I mean, you know how some people put on that crying type of that aggressive cry. You know how kids, when they used to get their ass whooped, they be crying all hard and they get the calls. The asthma attack, baby. When I see an asthma attack, cry, I know I'm getting fronted on. I shall. What's good? What's good? Everything good? Everything good? Levels is good. Levels is good. Levels is good. So that's what we talking about tonight, y'all. Y'all ready? What up? What? So this the third night in a row you've been hanging out with me. I'm talking to this cat. Yeah, come on. Come on. You know what this means. Come here. Come. You come here. Come here. Because I got to go get my chair and you in the way. Come on. Slow walk your ass over there. Slow walk your ass over there. Look, this is not petting time. When is petting time? When is petting time? When is petting time? When is petting time? You lucky I took my allergy medicine earlier. I took it earlier, you know what I'm saying? I had to take it earlier. Everybody good? Yeah. And I get my alcohol wipes. After I touch the kitty cat, I got to get busy with the alcohol wipes. Because then I get itchy, uncomfy, itchy, uncomfy, itchy, uncomfy. Okay. Let's get down, y'all. Let's get down. So, do you have anybody that comes to mind when we're talking about what we're talking about tonight? Do you know? Do I remember the rapper King's Son? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That was my dude in 89 on the club tip. He had this song on his first album called She's Coming or something like that. The beat went din it, din, din it, din, din it, din, din it, din. I met a girl. I can't remember. It was a dope ass song. Yeah, King's Son was dope. King's Son. King's Son, D Moet. That was his whole name. What you know about that? You evidently know something because you brought it up, right? King's Son, D Moet. But yeah, man. You know, just because you've been crying, just because you're in a depression, just because you feeling like somebody shouldn't have done something that they did to you or that affects you, It don't mean that you was in the right. A lot of times it means the exact opposite. There are plenty of people who do dirt and then people get tired of the dirt. So they either leave them to their own devices or they straight up retaliate against them. Like, you know what? I've had enough. Enough. I'm not taking this no more. We're not going to take it. No, we're not going to take it. And you know, when you have dissed somebody, when you have fronted on somebody, when you have shitted on somebody, do you think that they owe you an explanation about their exit? Or do they have the right to go? You know what? That's what I want to know. Let me ask y'all this. If somebody shits on you or has been shitting on you, right? If you stop fucking with them, whether y'all are married, whether y'all are going together, whether y'all are friends, whether y'all are business associates, whatever, do you think that if you know for a fact that they have been doing you dirty and think that they slick, they think that they've been concealing it, they think that you don't know no better, they think that you stupid, and they've been playing you as such, do you think that there's a such thing as ghosting them? Because, and this is the reason I'm going to ask, because to me, ghosting is when things were going well or serviceable, and then you just bail out. Like you don't say nothing. Like maybe you were attracted to somebody, but they breath stunk or something like that. And you never told them that they breath stunk. So you just stopped calling them. You just stopped coming around. You just, made the exit without saying anything. To me, that's ghosting. If somebody has been shitting on you, if somebody has been lying on you, if somebody has been talking bad about you, if somebody has been abusing you, if somebody has been, straight up violating you in some kind of way, do you owe them an explanation of why you're not messing with them anymore? What do y'all think about that? I'm under the impression that when you're doing somebody dirty, you know it. That's why it's dirty. You weren't dealing with them in a clean way. You was dealing with them in a dirty way. So you know the impact that you probably had on them. Shell loving. Okay. So I just block them. So is blocking a form of ghosting somebody? It is. It's kind of like saying, don't call me no more. Don't call me, don't text me, don't try to get in touch with me anymore. Where'd you go? Okay, we good. Yeah, but is blocking a number is that ghosting? Is that ghosting? Is it? Would most of y'all put that in the ghosting category? Is blocking your number ghosting? Because if somebody is close to you, like if you can block their number, but if they know where you live at, does it even matter? Does it really matter? If you have a burner phone where you can call them from a different number, have you ghosted them? Have you ghosted them? Okay. Uh-oh, Cheryl says, are my comments invisible again? Oh, damn. Oh, my bad. You know what? They're not invisible, but I swear to God, I didn't see it. It was like it was sandwiched between two other comments, and I said, you said we done with explanation, and you better hope I don't revenge friend you. Revenge friend you? What's that? You got my attention. What is revenge friending? What's that? being friends with an ex's enemy or something like that? What's that? What's revenge friending, Cheryl? What's revenge friending? I need to know. I need to know. And by the way, it's are my comments invisible again? You know better than that. Fix your grammar, lady. Fix your grammar. Ugh, my goodness. Okay. Robbie Rob says, I had a friend for 23 years, but then she started trying to play me. I stopped talking to her and told her about herself. Okay, so you didn't ghost her. Now, my question to you, Robbie Rob, is would you have been wrong for just not messing with her no more? Would you have been wrong, like, if you didn't tell her about herself and just stop messing with her, stop seeing her, stop hanging out with her, stop getting in contact with her, stop letting her get in contact with you? Would you have been wrong? It's important. I think that this is an important question because it can have a certain effect on how we deal with each other and how we understand this whole concept. Because I know a lot of people that will tell anybody who will listen how bad somebody has done them, but they never own their part in the story. They never own their part in their explanation or in their account of things. And if you know how wrong that they've been, then now you got a fight on your hands. Not necessarily a physical fight, but now, you know, they want to go with the back and forth. So let's go with this. I don't know how many of y'all are into politics, current politics, the current political state, but there is an ex Congresswoman named Marjorie Taylor Greene. MGT is what they call her. And she recently resigned from Congress. And one of the reasons why she resigned from Congress and turned against Trump, let her tell it, is because of the Epstein files. But insiders know for a fact that she was upset with Donald Trump because she wanted to run for Senate and he wouldn't back her. So she wanted to be a senator for Georgia, and he wouldn't endorse her. He wouldn't back her. He wouldn't push for her to get elected. So that's when the wedge between her and Trump started. Now, before then, all of that nasty shit that Trump do, all of that ratchet shit, all of that underhanded, crooked, corrupt shit, you know, including the January 6th shit, everything. She promoted that. She defended that. She was like his bottom bitch. You would have thought that she was messing around with Trump, the way she used to ride for him, the way that she used to defend him. Now she's saying that she's receiving all these death threats because she went against Trump with the Epstein files. And now she's talking about, you know, she's talking bad about him. But when you ask her, well, but you did all of this, everything that the monster that he is, you defended that monster. You promoted that monstrosity. You were there. You was rocking with him side by side. She get mad, like visibly mad. You know how you see somebody go from this to, you go from this to. So, you know, if the interviewer asks her about her past indiscretions, she wants to be like, well, you know, you're not perfect either. What about the things that you've done and the things that, so she don't want to own all of the nasty shit that she did, but it's all on tape and the tapes will roll. It's all on tape. So while she wants to play the victim role, like while she's talking about how she's getting death threats, and she doesn't feel safe, she made other people feel unsafe. And she called for the violence against people and got away with it. But when the violence is being called against her by the man that she used to defend, she don't want to talk about that. She don't want to talk about none of that. So what we doing out here? What we doing, y'all? What we doing? Hit the like button, y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button and make sure y'all answer the poll question too. Please make sure you answer the poll question and hit the like button. All right. So, okay. Shell says, true, I'm guilty of working and smoking and ghosting. Working and smoking and ghosting. That's very transparent of you. Very transparent. Okay. If that's what we doing, that's what we doing. And Robbie Rob says, I don't block people. I can see their phone number come up on my phone and won't answer my phone. And she also says, I already did both. Okay. So yeah, people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, and we may know a bunch of Marjorie Taylor Greenes. She's a public figure. So she's somebody that we can all see. But what about the people who aren't public figures? What about the people that we only know from around the way, from our families, from our friends, from our schools? What about those people? What about those people that we actually care about? The people that we actually know about, the people that we've actually spent time with and around, that we know do little nut shit, little bad shit, little irritating shit, little unscrupulous, nasty shit to people, but they always want to act like they don't never do nothing. And then when they get their just desserts, they want to cry and complain and boo-hoo. I guess it's howdy doody time, baby. I guess it's howdy doody time. It's all good, though. It's all good. But yeah. So playing the victim when you know that you've done some nut shit, some crazy shit, some bad shit. Like, where we at with that? Mariah. Oh, your phone died. All right, I thought you had enough. You know what I mean? I called you back. You know what I'm saying? You disappeared out of the chat. I thought you did like Mickey Howard. But just when I was ready to throw up my hands and give up. I'm glad you came back through, though. Glad you came back through. Always a good look. Always a good look. So we're talking about your feelings were hurt bad, but you was wrong. This could be your brother or your sister. You know what I mean? Relatives are always coming through. Relatives are always coming through complaining. You know, your close relatives. It might be your favorite cousin that you look at like a brother or a sister. You like that's a brother, sister, cousin. All right. We got a troll on the line. Let's see what's up.
You have a call from
caller with the last number 6827. Welcome to the Daily Go Getimism Show. What's on your mind tonight?
I want to talk about the cheating.
All right. Can you raise your voice a little bit louder than that?
I have. Yeah. Is this allowed? Do you know what? I'm going to call you back.
Okay. I got nothing. I got a big, fat nothing burger. Nothing burgers on deck. He said, you know what? I'm going to call you back. That is a pretty, that troll. That's not bad. You know, I guess he had to go back to the lab and regroup, get it together. But yeah, you might have a friend or a brother or a sister or a cousin that, always coming to you complaining about their man, complaining about their woman, complaining about their job. You ever know somebody that steals from their job? They always stealing from their job, whether they stealing time or whether they stealing products. Yet, if they get written up for something like that, or, if they get suspended, or if they get disciplined at the job for some reason or in some kind of way, they like, you know what? They know people need jobs out here and they always trying to take somebody's job. They always, they want to, take your livelihood. They know you got kids, you got bills. Yet they don't do the right thing at their job. And somebody knows something. Somebody knows something. What up, my man Jeff Sprayberry, all up in the house? What's going on, my dude? How you feeling? Good to see me some you all the time. All the time, each and every time. That's what's up. But yeah, somebody knows something. Because work is I think it's funny how the workplace works. People who get a job, when you first get a job, when you fill out that application, when you submit that resume or whatever, you be thinking to yourself, yo, I really need this job. You know what I mean? When I get on this job, I'm going to go ahead and do what I got to do to make sure I get this check and keep this money coming in. I'm going to make sure that, I stay right. I'm going to stay on track because, this job, I heard that you can get overtime and you can get promoted fast or whatever. You can move up fast. So I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do with this job. That's how people be thinking when they first get a job. They be thinking about their kids. They be thinking about their rent. They be thinking about their mortgages. They be thinking about their car notes. They be thinking about their revolving accounts, they credit cards. They be thinking about going shopping. They be thinking about keeping food on their table. They be thinking about keeping shoes on their feet, pants on their legs, shirts, jackets, coats on their back, hats on their head. That's what you think about when you first get a job. Somehow when you get on a job, you get into the social atmosphere. So somebody at the job who ain't shit at the job starts telling you what you don't have to do and who you don't have to listen to. And your dumb ass feed into that shit. Oh, damn. So such and such ain't my boss? No, they ain't your boss. You ain't got to listen to nothing they say. Such and such ain't nothing but a lead. They on the same level as you. You ain't even off probation yet. And they telling you, like, if you don't feel good or whatever, you can call out. What job can you successfully call out within before 90 days is up during your probation period and expect to get keep that job after 90 days? What job? But you listen to them cats. You listen to the cats that don't never do the right things at work. And they might have seniority, so they can get it. They know all of the ins and outs of how to have seniority and get away with shit. But you listening to them, with your brand new, still on probation ass, that was only thinking about your bills and your family and your kids and how to do better when you walked in the door. Now you all self-righteous and shit, like you in the union or something. Now, at the end of the 90-day probation period or before then, when they let your silly ass go, you like, yo, they just fired me for nothing. It wasn't for nothing. You was listening to the people that was already stamped and certified tell you who you didn't have to listen to and what you didn't have to do, and now your dumb ass got fired. Now you back on the block looking for looking for another opportunity. Lying to everybody about how come you got so much time on your hands now when you was going to work every day. Except for those days you took off. You dumb motherfucker. What the fuck is wrong with you? You dumb motherfucker. You got yourself fired. Well, all right, Missy you. All right. Everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right. Jeff says, drama is always looking for company. You ain't never done lied. Because how you gonna have drama all by yourself? It ain't gonna work. It ain't working. No. All right. Okay. Look at this. Robbie Ming says, my sister did. She was stealing from the school where she worked out. Yeah, like I said, when they get fired. Oh, God, look at this dickhead. You're not going to last, sir. If the earth was flat, was a person, it would look like this dude. What else you got? I'm going to erase this dumbass comment. But I'm going to let this one stay. What else you got? Pablo Rico. I know that ain't your name. What else you got? Go ahead. I'm going to give you a shot. I'm going to let you do your thing. You know what I mean? I'm going to let you do your thing. I ain't going to chop you right off. Sure, not everybody is built for this troll life. Not everybody built for that shit. Some people got to build themselves up. Like, he might not know any good jokes. Because that shit he wrote was ass. That was ass. But anyway. Oh, shit. Damn. Mariah, good looking out, my good looking out, good looking out, good looking out, good looking out, good looking out. Yo. I gotta say, yo, good looking out. And you know exactly what God talking about. I appreciate the 1999, just about 20, yo. I appreciate the shit, honey. Yo, money is money and everything spends. Yo, I appreciate that. You did it like a friend. And I think that we're going to be down until the end. Yo, I'm going to do this thing. Count down from 10. 10. Yeah, I appreciate the people's coming. Yo, 9. Yo, I appreciate no bumming. And 8. Yo, we just 8. And everything is going to be all right. Because 7 straight. And I'm going to go right to 6. Yo, 1999. Yeah, that's my pick. And I'm going right to 5. Now, 5 is power in the supreme mathematics, but I'm something like an addict. And I got to have it. We all got to have a little bit of cash, but I'm going to say 4 or 5, a boom bag. Yo, the 4. Yo, 4 on the floor. I said, going for more. And then we take it right to the 3. I know I'm down with you, and yeah, I see that you're down with me. So we going right down to the 2. And the 2, speaking of that shit, it's all about me and you. So before we get to 1, that's knowledge. And I got that shit that didn't have to go to college. But I did go to college, graduated in 1993 Penn State University. Yes, where you see me. And you know that I am a Nittany Lion, but I do this shit every day and it really ain't no denying. So I appreciate the cash that you came through with. Yo, that shit is really dope. That's the shit. Thank you, Mariah. Thank you. Appreciate you. Damn, the change M says, bro, Did you see Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb going at it tonight? It got crazy. Nah, I don't really be following that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I see it if I see it, if it come across my YouTube timeline or something like that, but it don't normally do it. Dude, I do not be following gossip. And I'm not even saying that's what you're talking about. You know what I mean? But I be like gossip channels like what's her name? The one that she tried to be like Wendy Williams. She always got the glass of wine in her hand. What's her name? Tasha K? That's her name? Tasha K, right? Tasha K. Like I said, don't recommend that channel. Like, I don't want to see that shit. I don't like that kind of shit. Charles, what's up, my dude? My dude, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? You said you off topic, but I seen it too. Now I gotta go see it. Yeah, Tasha K. Yeah, I said don't recommend that channel. When she covered, well, first of all, when she was going, my man Dr. Umar Ifa Tunde. You know what? This is actually not off topic. My man Dr. Umar Ifa Tunde. When Tasha and all those bloggers, all of them, I don't know whatever you want to call them. You know, Umar called them struggle streamers or whatever. When they was all going at Umar because they was about to shut his school down for what he owed, like 60 grand, 70 grand, something like that. And they was all talking about how he was talking about his accounts was frozen and all of that. And they was like, yo, he about to lose the school. 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 They was all coming at him hard. They was going at him hard. You know, the chick that he was messing with, you know what I'm saying, that he called the throat goat. They was all trying to take down Dr. Umar, and he did not lose that school. He didn't lose that school. And none of them came clean and said, all right, he ain't lose the school. They just slowly melt away. Slowly melt away. Slowly melt away. Slowly melt away. Chocolate girl. So Tasha was in that shit too, interviewing the throat goat girl. And you know what I mean? They want to talk about their sex life and how, you know, his mom crib is dirty and all of that kind of shit. All that old messy, nasty shit. And I was like, yo, this ain't what's up. So after he didn't lose his school and evidently his accounts, you know, got freed up and all of that. So all of that shit they was talking, somebody wasn't right. Somebody wasn't right because he back now and he still ain't lose the school and it still hasn't closed down. Golden Child says Dr. Umar is a Leo like us. He certainly is. August 17th or 18th or something like that. He's like on the lower on the late end, the later end. But he's definitely a Leo like us. That's why I know when he be lying, I be like, oh yeah. And I be understanding why he be grandstanding. But anyway, yeah. But speaking of Dr. Umar, even when he was down, even when he was, you know, when his accounts was frozen and was looking like it was looking dark as far as his school opening was concerned or him losing the school, whatever. He had to, you know, I'm thinking like, yo, you got to take a little look in the mirror, dog. I ain't going to say that this is karma, but yo, you know what I mean? You done fronted on a lot of people. Now, in my opinion, he does a lot of good work. I've never seen anybody like Dr. Umar, like no allegations of no, pedophile type shit like that. You know what I mean? He like Wu-Tang. He really is for the children. Only boys, though. I do got a little problem with that. Like, so girls don't matter to you, huh, Umar? But yeah, none of that shit. And he never has taken his eye off of that black shit. Through and through. Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never. So, but at the same time, he has seriously offended people. And all of that shit that he, you know what I mean? Like, I hate it when he act like Obama and Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? Like, he talk about them like they the devil in the flesh. So I'm like, when he saw that people was against him and coming at his neck and didn't want him to win, I'm like, well, it be like that sometimes, don't it? Don't it, Dr. Umar? Don't it? We all gotta pay the piper. Damn, Golden Child, you came out of nowhere. What up? Marvina Bigby says, I remember seeing that. Yeah. Yeah, nobody apologize. All right, even if you don't apologize to him, what about your followers? You couldn't follow up and be like, well, you know, he slipped through the cracks again, so I guess he's not losing his school, because he's not. And I talked about that. Like, everybody was preying on his downfall. And when he didn't fall, nobody said, well, yeah, he didn't fall. Okay, he didn't fall. You know what I'm saying? But, Cardi B sued Tasha K? But I don't like Cardi B. That would be me too. When you have to choose between two people to lose, damn. Ain't that about a bitch? Yeah. It'd be like that sometimes. It'd be like that sometimes. Every dog has his day. Your feelings were hurt bad, but you was wrong. All that crying, all that complaining, all that victim mentality, all that. That's why I made the poll question what it is. If a spouse leaves a spouse because of cheating, does the cheating spouse have a right to be upset? The right to be upset. I guess we all have the right to feel however we want to feel, right? It's a free country. They can't tell you how to feel. But is anybody going to honor? Your feelings? Is anybody going to adhere to your feelings? Is anybody going to comfort you in your feelings? Now, with the poll question, there's a lot of places that it could go. Let's read the options. And let's see, we got 22 votes so far. All right, let's see. Let's talk about it. Even though this is easy work. All right. So the question once again is, if a spouse leaves a spouse because of cheating, does the cheating spouse have a right to be upset? 45% says no, the cheater has no recourse. What you upset about? You know what you did, pussy. Okay. 41% says yes, they can be upset, but so what? 5%, that means one person, said married couples have to work it out. Can't walk off just because your spouse left you, man or woman. Got to work it out. And 9%, which means two people, said only if they're no longer cheating. So it's like, yeah, I cheated. I'm not cheating. I cheated. I'm not cheating. I cheated. I'm not cheating. I've cheated. Oh, hold on. I got a new song. I'm with it. Okay, here we go. I said I cheated. I'm not cheating. I cheated. I'm not cheating. Cheated. I'm not cheating. I cheated. I'm not cheating. Baby, how are you gonna do me for the things that I used to? You know that I am a changed dude. I'm more loving now and go to church too. Cheated. I'm not cheating. I 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 know that you still love me. You gotta give me another CHANCE to redeem myself, cause I was low. But I ain't gonna do that shit like I did before, because I cheated. I'm not cheating. I cheated. I'm not cheating. I cheated. I'm not cheating. Cheated. I'm not cheating. Baby, you know that I want you back. We gotta put the thing back together, cause we are both black. Black love above everything else that we do. I gotta get back with you cause I love you. I said I cheated. I'm not cheating. I cheated. I'm not cheating. Cheated. I'm not cheating. I cheated. I'm not cheating. Yeah, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. At least I didn't do it with your friend. Respect is something that I know I have to show. But one thing I need you to never go, because I cheated. I'm not cheating. I cheated. I'm not cheating. Cheated. I'm not cheating. I cheated. I'm not cheating. Yeah. Change man, baby. Turned it around, baby. Check me out on iTunes. Spotify now. Yeah, SoundCloud. Okay. We went dark for a second. What's up? What's good, y'all? So, yeah. Let me see. Wait. Shirley Cheryl says most people will say it's just karma coming around with a twist. What up, Bubbles and Bananas? That's a dope name, Bubbles and Bananas. That's what's up. Carrie said, I'm mad that this song is catchy. Wait, hold on. Sure, she said, I'm not dancing to this song. Hold on. She said, I'm not dancing to this song. Then she said, I'm mad. I'm mad that this song is catchy. Mariah says, I have to admit, I emotionally cheated on a spouse, but it was never physical, and he forgave me because he was not giving me what I deserved, but I would never physically cheat. All right, cool. I have my own opinions about emotional cheating. I'm like, look, okay, you fell in like with somebody else. You ain't fucking them. All right. I'm mad at you. You were so close. You probably wanted to do it, but you ain't do it, right? Yeah, we could probably get over that without counseling. Carrie says, accountable. That's what's up, Mariah. That is what's up. And she says, right. But some would say cheating is cheating, whether it's physical or emotional. Not me. Not me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, damn. So you mean to tell me that the nigga, he took you to Roof Chris, even threw you a couple of yards in your purse. You know what I mean? Wined you and dined you and all that kind of shit. But y'all ain't go back to the Four Seasons or the off-ramp motel and do nothing. Y'all ain't go to the end of the Dove. I don't know if they got that in nationally or whatever. I'm like, all right. You know what I mean? I can get over steak and potatoes, some good sides, some asparagus. You know what I'm saying? Ruth Chris got them good sides. They got the good sides. Mashed potatoes but and you sure you ain't fucked this nigga? Before I don't get mad, you sure? Are you? Because somewhere he should be mad that he spent all his dough and ain't get none. If he's still all right, I'm gonna think you lied. Shirley Shirl says, T. Carey, I tried, but he got me dancing again. It was that last hook. Well, it is. Would rather my man cheat physically. Well, it is. I would rather my man cheat physically than emotionally. I can't recover from that. Carrie said, Cheryl, I may have been dancing too. Marvina was good. What's up, Marvina? Marvina says emotional cheating happens at work a lot. It's easy to see. Work wife, work husband. Carrie says, if someone else can capture his heart, then there's no place for me. Mariah says, how do you feel about wives and husbands knowing that they have a spouse? Wait a minute. How do you feel about with wives and husbands knowing they have a spouse at home? Oh, work wife. I don't know. That work spouse shit. I don't really understand it. Like, cause I'm like, the people that I know that call themselves work spouses, work wife, I'm like, so I mean, what does that really mean? Because from what I've seen, it's just two people that be at work all the time, working with each other. And they literally are working. They ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? Like, now if your work's, this is what I think. I think that if you dumb enough to go home to your real wife and tell her that you got a woman at work that you call your wife, then you don't deserve a wife or a work wife or a girlfriend or nothing. Cause you too dumb. You know what I mean? You too busy causing trouble. You're a troublemaking husband. You messy. You're a messy husband. You need to be in love with a housekeeper. You messy. So now if I had a work wife, you could best believe she's doing something. I mean, we have to make our work house a home, wouldn't we? I don't know. Yeah, I don't believe in that work husband. I guess maybe because I don't work enough for that. You know, I'm strictly 8-hour boy. From it looked like people who have work spouses, they be at work extra hours. But Carrie says when the relationship at home is secured, you don't indulge in playing house at work. That's what I would say. I don't know. That's not weirdo behavior, but it happens. Marvina says they save them a place to set. Both of them come early and they bring lunch for each other. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, they do that. They do that. Robbie Ming says, we are co-workers. I have a man at home. Cut the BS out. And Shirley Cheryl says, messy is the summarized word for that work spouse stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I know for a fact, even if I was single, I ain't got no work wife. Me not play them kind of games, you know. Me not play them kind of games. But yeah, bottom line is, okay, so what happens when you piss off your work wife or your work spouse or your work hubby? And speaking of your work spouse, do y'all have to date before? Are y'all work dating before y'all become spouses? Do y'all have to work date first? After y'all work meet, then y'all work exchange numbers, then y'all work date, then y'all work propose, and then y'all work fiancés, and then y'all eventually have a work wedding and become work spouses? Or is it a whole different process? Let me know. Maybe this is more orthodox than I thought. Let me know. Uh-oh.
You have a call from
Cheryl.
Cheryl, what's going on, Miss Halsey? How are you feeling? How's everything tonight?
Oh, it's cool. Everything's fine. Hello, everyone in the chat as well. I'm gonna be quick. I just wanted to address the topic, about cheating or whatever. However, it's not okay emotionally, physically. It's not okay at all. Period.
Nothing.
And then No. It's a no. You could deal with it, nine times out of ten, if you cheat once, I say maybe because it happened to me,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you cheated again. I don't know. I'll never know. But I did find out about that one time. But then this stuff about a work wife, I don't understand that. That's just something over the past years, I guess they came up with. It doesn't make no sense, period. You understand? And that's all I got to say on it. Mm-hmm.
I know one thing.
That's it.
I don't go to work to get married.
I hear you. I hear you.
You know what I mean?
But what I don't understand it because somebody got to explain it to me. Because I asked my kids at work, what do that mean? And they're like, what? They don't understand it either. But because I only have one, my baby girl, she's not married. But when I asked her about that, I asked something about that about a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I said something about a work wife and work husband. And I was like, what is it? What do that mean? And they said they didn't know. But people are talking about it in the chat. And so I just called in to try to find out, did you know what it was about?
I've seen it. I've actually seen it. I've definitely. Yeah. I've known people who call themselves work husband, work wife, and all that kind of stuff. And to me, it seemed pretty innocent. They didn't seem to be romantically involved. You know what I mean? It was literally, they called themselves that because they helped each other out at the job and they worked a lot. They did a lot of overtime and you know what I mean? And since they were around each other for so long, they just sort of looked out for each other. But they didn't.
Well, I can understand that, but that's just a good co-worker, right?
Well, I never understood how come they couldn't just leave it at that. Why did they have to give that kind of title? But I don't remember if they actually used that title or if other people, started saying that about them. Like, oh, that's your work husband. I don't remember exactly how they got labeled as such. But like I said, they didn't appear to me to be romantically involved.
Right.
But that doesn't mean.
Well, actually I've seen it on TV. What was that show? Grey's Anatomy, and the woman was talking about. Well, she's his work wife. His wife came to the hospital, and they were talking about the woman was the work wife, and then the wife got mad. Well, I can see me right now if that was my husband and I heard about this work wife at his job, I probably would have a fit too. No, I wouldn't just have a fit. It would be a problem. On the serious side, really, I just think it's just taking stuff too far.
Yeah, because like I think it's disrespectful to your real wife or your real husband.
So too, and your real husband. Yeah.
Like would they now if your real spouse thinks it's funny or cute or whatever, yeah, then I would, then I would have to take a look at what y'all really have. You know what I mean? Because I don't know too many people who are serious about each other, who are okay with somebody else using the title that they actually legally went and got done for themselves. I don't, it's a little weird.
Because I'll say like that. Say for instance, like every couple of months, my husband, they would have a potluck. Okay, they would depend on me. Can your wife bring the greens and I used to make this corn with Italian sausages and what that. Can your wife bring the greens and the corn again? They always had me down for the greens and the corn. But I'm saying that if he had a work wife, then like I said, that wouldn't happen with us.
Yeah.
But if that was the case, then it would just be awkward and it would be disrespectful to me at home. If I found out, oh, my work wife cooked such and such, that's stupid to me. Anyway, okay. Well, I just wanted to play that because it makes me mad when I hear that. When I start on the PBS things channel, I don't want to hear nothing but
I
that.
hear you.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Love everybody in chat. Okay. All right. Love you.
Well, thanks for calling in. I appreciate you. You already know.
Okay. All right. Okay. Bye.
All right. Bye. So, yeah. Work wives, work husbands. Hey, if anybody listening if there's anybody within the sound of my voice who is a work spouse, all you work hubbies, all you work wives, wifeys, you know what I mean? Call in 267-874-1949. You know what I mean? I'd like to hear from you. Like, I want to hear somebody tell me whether it's really innocent or, or if people have been blowing it out of proportion, or if it really is on some grimy shit. Like, yeah, what you think? You think I got a work wife and I never consummated the marriage? I had her in the copy room. I was copying that ass. Copy. Xerox. Copy. Xerox. Copy. Xerox. Copy. Canon printer. Canon. Xerox. Canon. I had her on the Canon. Had her making faces so ugly she looked like Steve Bannon. That motherfucker ugly as shit. Son. All right. Justin says, I would like to hear from them too and their spouse. Word. Ah, man. Gary says they be bringing birthday and Christmas gifts for one another. Robbie Rob says it would make me think that you are cheating. Sounds legit to me, Carrie says. If they call in from inside the guest room closet. Ooh. What's the matter with your DJ MC Shan? Don't you know that he's out of touch? Trapped in the closet. Oh, God. Man, I don't know. But anyway, what we was talking about was your feelings got hurt bad. But you was cheating with your work wife. No. It's your feelings got hurt bad. But you was wrong. How you expect everything in your household to go right when your concentration is on somebody else out there in the world? How is your world going to spin correctly? Yo, so you living in this round world, but you've been cheating with a flat earther. So you've been with your round earth. You've been with your round earth like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, we all about this longitude, latitude. You know what I'm saying? We got atmosphere, stratosphere, ionosphere. We got all of that. The world is round. Whose world is this? The world is round. Whose world is? But you've been cheating with a flat earther. You over here living this round earth world, this round earth life, but you've been cheating with a flat earther and wondering why your round earth ain't spinning on its axis right. Respect the equator, baby. Respect the equator. You know what I mean? You cheating with a flat earther. She talking all little crazy shit. Ain't no sun, moon, and stars. Ain't no other planets. It is so. No, it's not. It is so. No, it's not, because the world is flat. I'm like, okay, if the world is flat, how come we haven't fallen off the side of that joint? Because we haven't reached it yet. Well, people have flown all around the world and got back to the same place that they. How you explain that? Because they didn't really go around the world. They just flew in a circle. But we would have saw them. You wouldn't have saw them from 30,000 feet. Planes didn't go up that high at the time they did it. There's a reasonable explanation. Anyway. Whose world is this? The world is flat. The world is flat. Whose world is this? The world is round. The world is round. All right, y'all. So, all right, we good. I mean, I don't know. There's so many different realms that this conversation can go into because, I mean, really, at the end of the day, it's all good until you come across somebody that complains all the time when you know that they be doing shit behind the scenes that's grimy, slimy, unorthodox, unethical. But they coming back to you talking all this old, I can't believe they did this to me. I can't believe they did it to me. Why does everything have to happen to me? Why you like Tyrese? Tyrese said, why you gotta do this to me? Chill, Tyrese. Chill, son. It's gonna be all right. Everything is gonna be all right. God damn. Damn, Mariah. Mariah said, she said, my work husband just sent me some money. Man, he sent you some commissary. We know you work in the jail. We saw what you wrote. Yo, what we gonna do? All right, you know what? It's been a while. Y'all ain't seen this. Thank you, Mariah. Hold on. You know what? I ain't done. Hold on. Let me turn you up a little bit. Need some bass. Mariah. Mariah, yeah. Mariah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Mucho, mucho, mucho. Mucho, mucho, mucho. Yes. Yes. Man, hold on. I ain't done this in a while. Get you some real claps up in this moment. Get a round of applause.
Pairing.
Hold on. Yes. Yes. Matter of fact, give us some cheer. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. Yeah. She said, Carrie said, your work husband is a keeper. Yes. He must drive a Ferrari. He must drive a Ferrari. What up, Chrissy the Boxer? What's good? What's good? Good to see you. Good to see you. So, yeah. Now, I'm trying to think about the last time. No, it wasn't that long ago. I'm trying to think about the last time I know somebody, or I heard somebody who plays the victim as if I don't know that they played a big hand in the fucked up shit that happened to them. And, you know, some people are so pathological that they don't even care that they have messed up and caused their own problems. Their whole thing is, look, you need to forgive me for whatever I've done because, you know, I'm not really right. I ain't really right. They know better. They not like me. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Yeah, you're worse than they are. But some people expect to be excused for all of the little bullshit that they do, for all of the trouble that they cause, for all of the chaos that they bring. And they seriously believe that shit. They believe that they should have the right for everybody to just forget what they did. And you like, man, don't get the fuck out of here. Chummy. Justine says, Carrie says, Justine, I can relate. I'm the friend that says change it or be quiet. All I know is that it's real hard to do some grimy shit to somebody and think that they're not going to do anything about it. Because you thinking that they're never going to do anything about it or that they're just going to forgive you, that's disrespectful. That shows that you don't have any respect for anybody because you think you can do something without any recourse. Like it ain't no problem. Like it ain't even nothing. That's not the move right there. But that will cover a lot of people. Some people that you know, definitely people that I know. They really think that, you know, that you should just look the other way. And unfortunately, other people have looked the other way when dealing with them so many times that, yeah, it kind of validated the bullshit that they're doing. It's validated. They got validated, son. They got validated. So, you know, at some point, somebody got to put the bug in their ear that like, yo, ain't nobody going for this. You ain't just going to be able to do this to everybody or anybody and get away with it time after time after time after time. So somebody should have cut that bullshit in the beginning, and it probably would have discouraged them from going forward with it in the first place. But not enough people did it, and so here we are. Justine says, people think if nobody knows, then it's all right. A true person of integrity moves the same whether people will find out or not. That's true. And she also says, I'll look the other way as long as we have an understanding. People are too cowardly to lay the cards on the table. And that's true also. And even if it ain't true right now, it can be true. It absolutely can be. But yeah, as long as you're getting away with some shit, you're going to keep doing it because it's working. People don't understand when something doesn't work anymore. And sometimes the biggest blow that you can land on somebody is your absence. Sometimes talking to them, yelling, screaming at them, coming at their neck. Sometimes that doesn't do the trick. Sometimes you just have to remove yourself and let them see what life is like without you, because they sure as hell didn't seem to value life with you. So let them see. Let them see how much your presence was important. Let them check that out. Give them a new movie to look at. Give them a new movie. They need that. Carrie says, if your feelings were hurt after you wronged someone, you have to ask which part hurt your feelings the most. Mm-hmm. Marvina says, I know more cheaters than non-cheaters, sadly. Wow. Carrie says, because you hurt the someone, or because they won't forgive you immediately after you humbled yourself. Well, we probably need to have a little bit of conversation about how some people really get offended when they can't play you. You ever stop somebody from playing you and they cut the fool? You ever stop somebody from shitting on you and they really got... One thing that people hate is when they go out to victimize you and can't get away with it. Somebody or something gets in the way. I've known a lot of people. Have you ever seen somebody get crazy and out of pocket because a lie that they told wasn't going well? Like maybe they got caught in a lie straight up and down. And now they yelling and screaming up, jumping up and down. They might even want to fight because their lie didn't lay. So, oh shit. Carrie says, yuppers, my ex-husband. Ooh. Marvina says, yes, I have. Yes, guilty. Oh, damn. Robin said guilty. That's you? You guilty? Or they were guilty? Yeah, people don't like it. When they are out to get you or somebody and they don't get a chance to do it. Evil don't like to be stopped. Evil does not like to be stopped or delayed. They take that shit personally. Evil don't like that. They don't like that. They don't like that. So yeah, when you stop somebody in their tracks from doing some old bullshit, you gotta be careful. You might have a fight on your hands. You might. We're gonna get out of here in a few minutes, man. You know what I mean? We'll get out of here in a few minutes, but I'm gonna tell y'all before we start to wind down. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all coming through. I appreciate y'all conversation. I feel like it took a while to build up, but once it got there, it did what it was supposed to do. It did what it was supposed to do. But yeah, we have to deal with people that are like this every day. We got to deal with people like this at work. We got to deal with people who are like this at home. We have to deal with people like this at any clubs, organizations, businesses that we may that we may patronize. We got to deal with this kind of shit. People try to cheat you and they don't get away with cheating you. And when you stop fucking with them, or when you cut off their funding or something like that, they like, why? Because they so used to getting away with shit that they can't understand. They can't fathom how come now it's a no-go. They don't understand why. But you can school them. You can put them back. You can put them back on. You can let them know. You can very well let them know. This is just a part of life. It's just a part of life. You know what I mean? You might not even really be mad at them. It's the situation. It's the situation. Carrie says our children do it as well. Be hurt even when they're wrong. It's like a rite of passage. Kids be lying, they get caught in lies, and they want to act out. If you the type of parent that will allow your child to pout and act out on the floor, and you know what I mean? I ain't saying that there's anything wrong with you time out parents. I ain't saying nothing is wrong with that. But just be ready for what comes after that. Because I don't know about y'all, but I know a few people that don't really respond to people being nice and kind to them. They respond better to people yelling, screaming, threatening, maybe even inflicting violence or threatening violence. They respond better to that. Somebody who treats them decently or with respect or with kindness, or who looks the other way when they do they little evil, bad, deceptive, wrong shit. They treat those people worse. They really victimize those people. It is a sad thing. And it's a real thing. Oh, Robbie, you said they was guilty. Okay, that's what's up. Marvina says they lose their mind. They do. Oh, you said you're not talking about little kids? Okay. Teenagers and adult children. We have to teach our kids reasoning. Yeah, that's true. All right, y'all. We're going to do these birthday shout outs. We have some. Well, hold on. Before we go to the birthday shout outs, I want to go over this poll question again since we got 30 people now. All right, let's take a look at it. If a spouse leaves a spouse because of cheating, does the cheating spouse have a right to be upset? 40% now say no, the cheater has no recourse. 40% also said yes, they can be upset, but so what? So? And 10% said married couples have to work it out. And 10% said only if they're no longer cheating. No longer cheating. Reminds me of a song. It reminds me of a song I used to sing so long ago. If I could only remember the words and the melody. Anyway. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious January 13th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box, Christina Goldwire. And also Tamika Willis, Latoya Putnam, Providence Ridgeway, Haya Zaya, Venus Rising, Lavanya Scott, Erica Smith, Stephen Allen, my man Stephen Allen. I've known him since since 7th grade. I was 12. And he's last but not least. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious January 13th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, yo, work husband, work wives, creep into our lives. Yo, ye came with you to, no, hold on, let me get it right. Work husbands and work wives. These are the people that creep into our lives. Yo, he tried to come at you with a knife and he almost really tried to take your life. And if you forgive him, if you never check him, then he's never going to respect you. He's going to connect you with the creator to one day because he failed this time, but he won't fail again. Yo, listen, slime, you got to make sure that you ward off the motherfuckers that try to make you cough. You like cough up blood, cough up like a flood, have you stuck in the dirt and the mud and have you like eating that shit. Yo, you ain't got to be one beating that shit. But he gonna get mad when you really try to get with him and let him know that you ain't the one, yo. So you tell them that it's time to go with the bullshit that they got. Put it on Broad Street and meet me. Yo, you can't defeat me or beat me. And I'm going to show you that this one thing, I was meant to be just one king. And I ain't going down, yo, so don't try to fuck around. I know pronouns and I know nouns and I know verbs and I ain't with that shit, you heard? But I'm with that action. If you try to break my back, son, it's going to be another one that you're going to have to deal with because I got people who love me. They won't let you push or shove me or try to push me down in the grave. So I suggest that you start telling the truth and behave, yo. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night, 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another Daily Go-Getterism show. So make sure y'all come on through. I said, come on through. I said, I love to see you. I said, come on through. I said, come on by. I said, and you know why. Once again, thank you, Mariah, for the super chats. I appreciate you. Without a doubt. All of y'all be careful, man. If it's time for y'all to get up and go to work, or if it's time for y'all to go to bed, do it safely. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel, and I see y'all back tomorrow. Holla! Peace.